What uppers? Just sitting here chilling and just reflecting on a lot of things. Just sitting here back, man. I need to go get my hair cut. Man, horrible. Anyway, just thinking about a couple things. Just, you know, on my lunch break today, I went to the park, saw a couple, you know, just started thinking about stuff. And for the most part, this is not a vlog. This is just me talking and whatnot. You know, for the most part, a lot of you guys, you know, y'all see my videos, my video game videos, and you know, me talking to interview people and whatnot. But y'all don't really like know my history. So for the most part, it's just me just talking and just, you know, going through some stuff in my life. If you like it, cool. If you don't, hey, you know. One project I want to do, you know, like I said, I do Diary of a Mad Gamer, I do Fighter's Fury, but there's one project I really want to do, and I really want to put my heart and soul into it, is just talking about arcades, you know. I'm dabbling with a title for that. It's like almost like a amateurish documentary, you know, just talking about arcades and the rise and fall of them. Like my very first video with this camera was about Wizzards. And, you know, that was my home away from home. If you know it or whatever. But yeah, man, just want to sit here and just talk about. You know, we can talk about Wizzards, man. I remember Wizzards Arcade, Wizzards, Wizzards Arcade, Warren, Michigan. Great arcade, man. It was a test center. A lot of people don't know that. It was a test center, testing arcade. We got a couple games. We got a couple games from Japan. You know, we had so much fun there, man. It was just a blast. I hate that it's gone. You know, up here in Michigan, we still have some arcades, but for the most part, there was two. Like in the 90s, there was two arcades that was had a lot of high caliber players. That was Roscoe's, and Roscoe's was like in downtown Detroit in the cultural district, you know, right off the Wayne State campus, Wayne State University, and then there was Wizzards in Warren on 8 Mile. And Roscoe's closed first, and then like 5 or 6 years later, what Wizzards did. But Wizzards was my home, man. Wizzards, like I said, Wizzards was home away from home. Basically, in the most part, it kept me alive, dude. I mean, as y'all know, I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Right? A lot of people up here, when they tell out-of-staters they from Detroit, you know, for the most part, they live in the suburbs. But, you know, I stay in the suburbs now. But for the most part, born and raised, Hutzel Hospital, Detroit, Michigan, right? Summers I was over my grandma's house on the west side. School year I was on the east side. You know what I'm saying? I'm a product of the Osborne High School, 7 Mile Hoover. I used to live at 6 Mile in Hoover or 6 Mile in Gunston, depending on which side of 6 Mile you was on. And that's where I got into a lot of trouble, and that's where I got, you know, some of my best fun and everything. It was just, you know, product of Detroit, man. And then for the most part, man, when I was there, you know, actually flashback before that, a lot of the Wizzard crew, they may or may not know, but I was going to Wizzards since like 86, 87. I mean, the first day I went to Wizzards, my mother, she was an English teacher. She's retired by now, but then she was a substitute just starting out. And my stepfather, you know, he came and got me, you know, my sisters, they was over at my grandma's house, but he came and got me, wanted to pick up my mom from Osborne. And she was like, yo, I had a rough day. Let's go to the arcade. Let's treat, you know, my boy, and let's treat me, because, you know, she was a gamer. Her weapon of choice is basically Millipede and Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man. I still can't beat her, you know. She was in local tournaments and everything. She got trophies and all that. You know, I still can't beat her. I tried to go for the crown. You know, I tried to take the crown, but hey, she's good. So, yeah, for the most part, man, went to Wizzards that first time. It had like, I think, I'm trying to remember if it had the painting, but I think it did. And yeah, it did, because in the front, you know, he had a faint, you know, Wizzards, he had the beard and everything, and in his eye, he had one eye, it was like a ruby or a sapphire, whatever the hell it was. But when the sunlight come in and hits it, it makes the eye glow. And I remember it because it scared the hell out of me. I remember when Wizzards had a pool table in the back, and then it had a foosball table. A lot of people don't remember that, or wasn't going there when that happened. And I wasn't really cool with the owner, Joe, and for obvious reasons, you know. Back then, Warren was prejudiced. But, I mean, I really never talked to him. I mean, I talked to him, you know, before he passed away. I talked to him. But his wife, Mary, she was cool as hell. She was cool as hell. Always hooked me up. Always took care of me. Always took care of her. But Joe, me and him, So, but they sons was cool. Or they son. I think it was his son and his cousin or something. But, man, he was cool as hell. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, as the years progressed, you know, more people started coming and whatnot. And then I met Juan. Y'all call him Video. He started coming there. I meet Kevin. And, you know him as Lord Hollow. He started coming there. There's a lot of people that started coming there that I've known or whatnot. As far as TKK, we may or may not have crossed paths because we both look different from way back when. So it is what it is. However, Robotron, Flap, I really didn't know. The twins, all that. But I don't want to get into all that. That's for my documentary. But for the most part, I had fun there, man. And a lot of people was like I just messed up. I just met a lot of people again. They were like, yo, you know, you was going to Wizzards for a minute, but you stopped going. I mean, it was like you disappeared. I was like, yo, I had stuff to do. So, for the most part, this basically what happened. Even though, like I said, Wizzards was the main thing that kept me out of the streets. Main thing that kept me sane. Alright? I mean, growing up in Detroit was rough. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't noticed by now, I am and forever will be a nerd. I'm a cool ass nerd. And don't let these glasses fool you. I will bust your ass. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? I was never a thug. Never tried to be. Didn't care. I thought that was dumb. I thought it was retarded. You know what I'm saying? You know, how can you be hard all the fucking time? It's stupid to me. But growing in the hood, man, it was hard, man. Even though I was a nerd, I still hung with some real ass niggas. For real. They would take your shit while you looking and take your bitch. I hate to say it like that, but it's true. So, but man, and growing up in the hood, man, and you being ridiculed for like all my life, you know what I'm saying? When I was in middle school, elementary to high school, it's like, dude, you talking white. I was like, no, I'm talking properly. Oh, you talking white, you need to stop that. My mom's an English teacher. It's retarded. But when you're in the hood, ghetto is as ghetto does, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, like I said, man, it kept me alive, man. It kept me out them streets, man. I seen my best friend at the time. You know, he died in my arms, actually, man. That was the saddest shit I ever seen in my life. I never want to see that again. But it happens. Back to Wizzards. Used to have fun. Used to enjoy it. From like when I was like 16. No. Before that, you know, I went to, you know, like I said, I went to Wizzards, but, you know, me and my peoples, we moved all over. We moved all over the east side, so it wasn't until I got 14 when I moved over in the Osborne community. I was able to go to Wizzards full time.